Among livestock, goats were one of the first farm animals to be domesticated. Today, there are about 1.1 billion goats raised globally, mainly in Asia and Africa. Today, we would like to introduce to you one of the most modern giant goat farms in the world, and is rated as a 5-star certified farm. Come explore with us right now. Explore the world's largest goat farm, giant goats for high productivity. Goats are distributed throughout the world because of their excellent adaptability to different environmental conditions. The largest population of goats today is distributed in the South Asia region, typically India with 150 million goats, Pakistan with 83 million goats, and Bangladesh with a goat population of 60 million goats. Currently, the 5-star goat farm located in India is famous for its huge scale, advanced breeding system and professional management methods. Seeing this farm with your own eyes, you will see how large and modern it is. With an area of about 200,000 square meters, the farm raises more than 5,000 goats of many different breeds. Unlike traditional farms, this 5-star goat farm is designed according to a modern model, applying many high technologies to manage the goat herd. The barn system here is also built according to international standards, controlling diseases and optimizing the living space of the goats. On the farm, in addition to human care, each goat is also managed by smart systems. Each goat is equipped with an electronic chip to monitor its health, growth, and daily activities. A closed barn system is designed with an automatic ventilation system and air conditioning to maintain an ideal living environment for the goats. In addition, the barn system is also designed to minimize the risk of disease spread, with a separate quarantine area. The famous goat breeds raised on the farm are mainly high-yielding goat breeds such as the world-famous Boer goat with high meat yield, or the Betal goat with fast growth rate, popular in the commercial livestock industry. All goats raised on the farm are fed organic feed, ensuring the best quality meat and milk. The feed includes nutritious grasses such as elephant grass, and is also fed feeds including corn, wheat, soybeans, and essential minerals. Organic goat feeds are often grown on farms, not only making use of agricultural land but also helping to reduce feed costs. In addition, it is necessary to ensure that the goats always have access to clean water. The health care of goats is very important. The herd is checked weekly to detect early signs of disease. In addition, strict vaccination programs are applied to prevent common diseases. Goat farming plays an important role in the agricultural economy of South Asia, providing livelihoods, financial security, and nutritional benefits to millions of small-scale farmers. Due to its adaptability to a wide range of climates, low investment requirements, and high market demand for goat products, goat farming has become an important economic activity in countries such as India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. the goat farming industry provides employment to millions of people across South Asia, including farmers, butchers, traders, and those involved in processing and marketing goat products. In South Asia, goat meat is often preferred over chicken, beef or lamb because it is considered tastier, leaner and more nutritious. Furthermore, due to religious issues, pork and beef are often restricted in this region. Instead, goat meat with many nutritional values has become the main meat in daily meals. Goat meat is also an excellent source of protein, iron and essential vitamins, helping to combat malnutrition in rural areas. Compared to beef, buffalo or pork, goat meat is lower in fat and higher in protein and many important minerals.
With a history of thousands of years, the culinary system in China is also very diverse, with countless different processing methods. Among them, salted meat, smoked meat, and dried meat are famous. In particular, the Chinese can dry any type of meat from livestock, poultry, and fish. Among them, Jiangxi salted duck is considered the king of salted meats because of its delicious flavor. So, how did farmers process this salted duck? Let's explore with us right now. Salted ducks have been popular in China for hundreds of years and were often prepared in winter to preserve food for the Chinese New Year. Nowadays, although there is no need to preserve meat, millions of ducks are still salted and dried every year as a tradition. Moreover, the demand for salted meat in China continues to increase every year, so regions with a tradition of salting meat have developed their salted meat into an attractive specialty. To be able to process millions of salted ducks every year, rural areas have maintained and promoted local duck farming. China is currently the world's leading duck producer with over 4.8 million tons per year, accounting for 67% of the world's total duck population. The regions with the highest concentration of duck farms are Shandong, Guangdong, and Fujian provinces. China's duck farming industry continues to grow rapidly as domestic demand for duck meat remains high. Chinese consumers also prefer duck eggs to chicken eggs. To meet this demand, duck farms in China have focused on intensive production systems. Shandong Province, which accounts for nearly 20% of China's duck production, has adopted modern farming infrastructure to optimize farming space and boost productivity. Duck farms are mainly family-scale with free-range farming. On average, farms own 500 to 1,000 ducks that are free-range in a certain area. In addition, the farm needs a cage so that the ducks can rest and stay warm. Feed provided to ducks is mainly locally available grains or green vegetables. Organic feed ensures that the quality of duck meat meets better standards. Farmers have a tradition of salting duck meat in Jiangxi, believes that organically raised ducks will produce the highest quality and most delicious salted duck meat products. Ducks also thrive better in water environments, so many duck farms are built in ponds, lakes, rivers, and streams so they can swim. Free-range ducks that meet harvest standards will be harvested after 5 to 6 months. Traders will purchase ducks from farms and transport them to meat processing plants or wholesale markets. In the factory, thousands of ducks are processed in a short time through stages such as slaughtering, feather removal, and viscera removal. Each duck is cleaned to remove impurities, then quickly frozen for transportation to salted duck meat processing facilities. Salted duck is a traditional delicacy in Gan County, Guangzhou, Jiangxi. Every winter, you can see iron shelves filled with salted ducks drying in the sun. The fat layer under the duck skin gradually dries, becomes lighter in color, and the duck meat hardens, giving off a light aroma. Although the method of preparing salted duck seems simple, in fact, it is quite complicated and goes through many processes, especially the sun-drying stage to ferment the meat and create a characteristic aroma. After being salted, the duck meat will be flattened to make the carcass look thinner and lose water easily when dried in the sun. This step is very important because it depends on the temperature and weather, so the sun-drying areas need to be covered if it rains. During the drying process, workers constantly adjust the size and density to ensure that each duck carcass gets enough sunlight. After more than 10 days of repeating the process of sun-drying, baking, and drying, plus the impact of the temperature difference between day and night, each salted duck is ready with a flat shape, soft skin, crispy bones, and a characteristic aroma. Salted duck is most consumed at the end of the year because Chinese people often give salted meat products as gifts. Dishes made from salted duck are often served on the dining table of every family during important Chinese holidays. Looking from the air, we can see the rice fields in a wonderful green color. At first glance, this is a peaceful rural scene. But if you look closely, in the middle of the rice fields, there are flocks of ducks busy foraging. Normally, ducks are raised around rivers or ponds, but now they are living in rice fields. Is this a new form of farming? Let's find out in this video. China is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, with a rich and diverse agriculture. In particular, the model of livestock farming combined with rice farming is a sustainable agricultural method and helps optimize resources and improve productivity. In addition to combining rice farming and crab farming with fish farming, some areas are also famous for raising ducks in rice fields to increase productivity. So, how is duck farming in rice fields practiced in China? Rice duck farming involves releasing ducks into rice fields, where they coexist symbiotically with the rice plants. The ducks eat insects, weeds, and leftover grains, while their droppings act as natural fertilizer for the rice plants. It has been practiced for centuries in China, most notably in Heilongjiang and some provinces in northern and southern China. Tonghe County, Heilongjiang Province is the most developed area for duck farming combined with rice cultivation. The area has 1.6 million mu of ecological rice fields, in addition to fish rice, crab rice, shrimp rice, and other farming and livestock models. There are also about 10,000 mu of rice fields combined with organic duck farming. Flocks of ducks grazing on the rice fields have become a force to protect the fields and contribute to the production of organic rice. To create a favorable environment for ducks in rice fields, farmers need to build small dikes and canals to confine the ducks and control the water level. The fields are also checked to ensure that there are no toxic chemicals before releasing the ducks. Not all duck breeds can be grazed in the fields. Fishermen often choose local duck breeds because of their adaptability and productivity. They usually release 150 to 200 ducks per hectare. Ducks are not released immediately after transplanting, but about 2 weeks after transplanting rice to avoid damaging the seedlings. Usually, ducks are allowed to move in the fields during the day and are herded to shelters at night. After the rice is ripe, it will be harvested, and the ducks, which have a longer growing period, will continue to be released in the field after the rice is harvested. Because after the rice is harvested, there will be many grains scattered on the field, becoming a source of food for the ducks. This form of integrated farming brings optimal efficiency to both rice fields and ducks. Thousands of acres of rice fields are cultivated using organic and ecological methods. Pest control and weeding are mainly done by ducks without using chemicals or herbicides. The fields use organic fertilizers, which not only improve the quality of rice, but also help protect the soil. Many people believe that raising ducks in rice fields will reduce productivity because they will eat the rice. However, if raised properly, ducks will not eat rice leaves, and their bodies during the adult stage will not crush or knock over the young and fragile rice plants. During the process of ducks growing and the rice grains starting to ripen, ducks will eat the rice grains, so farmers usually do not release ducks into rice fields at this time. The problem of weeds is no longer a challenge for farmers, because when the rice plants grow strongly, weeds will have difficulty growing. Ducks produced using the duck rice method provide excellent quality meat and eggs. Often promoted as organic, they are sold at a higher price than intensive farming operations. Each crop, Chinese farmers sell higher quality duck eggs, duck meat, and rice, and their profits increase. Farmers also save money on pesticides or herbicides, thereby reducing production costs and increasing profits. This contributes to protecting the environment and ecosystem, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This farming method also creates a rich habitat for other aquatic organisms, contributing to local biodiversity. Ducks mainly play the role of water conduction, weeding, insect catching, and fertilizing. So Chinese farmers often say that ducks are the real guardians of rice fields. Not only in China, the model of raising ducks combined with rice fields is also popular in Southeast Asia, such as Vietnam and Thailand. We have just discovered how Chinese farmers combine duck and rice farming models. How do you feel? Leave your comments below to let us know. Over the past 2 decades, concerns about the impact of modern agriculture on land, water, and resources have caused many environmental challenges. So people are now moving towards sustainable farming practices. In particular, the aquaponics model is considered a highly efficient farming solution, solving many challenges. By using less water than conventional farming, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers, and minimizing waste, aquaponics promises to produce food without harming our environment. So, what is aquaponics and how does it work? Let's explore it with us now. Aquaponics is a unique farming method that combines aquaculture, the method of raising fish, with hydroponics and growing plants in a soil-free environment. In an aquaponics system, fish and plants are raised together in a symbiotic environment, and they benefit from this combined model. The fish produce waste, which is converted into nutrients that the plants can absorb. In return, the plants filter and clean the water, creating a healthy environment for the fish. This closed-loop system is highly efficient, uses significantly less water than other farming methods, and virtually eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers. Today, aquaponics is practiced all over the world, from small-scale home gardens to large commercial farms. At first glance, aquaponics farms may seem like a complex system, but in reality, the way they work is very simple. They integrate many different components and biological processes to create a sustainable ecosystem. You can see that fish are growing very well in tanks. Their waste is mainly in the form of ammonia. In an aquaponics system, this waste is the starting point of a nutrient cycle that is beneficial to the plants. Beneficial bacteria convert toxic ammonia waste into less toxic nitrates, a process called nitrification. The plants are mainly green vegetables that have a relatively short growing period. Plants absorb nitrates and other nutrients from the water through their roots. As the plants absorb these nutrients, they clean and filter the water, which is then recirculated back into the fish tank. This nutrient uptake supports plant growth and productivity, allowing for a wide variety of crops to be grown. Many aquaponics farms grow a variety of fruits and vegetables, depending on the design of the system and the environmental conditions. Exploring the aquaponics model, you will see that the common components in this system are fish tanks, vegetable growing racks, and water circulation systems. There are also devices that control light, temperature, and humidity, creating a favorable environment for plants and fish to grow together. The aquaponics model has many advantages that make it an attractive choice for sustainable agriculture. These benefits include saving resources and increasing productivity, suitable for many different conditions and regions. It can also be applied from home garden models to commercial farms. One of the most important benefits of aquaponics is sustainability, especially in terms of water conservation and waste reduction. Traditional farming methods can be water-intensive, leading to waste. In contrast, aquaponics is designed to recycle water efficiently. Many commercial farms have revealed that aquaponics systems can produce higher yields than traditional farming methods. By raising fish and growing plants at the same time, the system offers a dual yield. It allows for the production of fresh vegetables and protein-rich fish from the same system, maximizing output from a given space. Plants grown in an aquaponic system typically grow faster and more vigorously due to the constant supply of nutrients from fish waste. This results in higher crop yields and shorter growth cycles, allowing for more productive harvests. Furthermore, the closed environment of an aquaponic system also allows for easy pest control without the need for chemical pesticides. Beneficial insects or manual methods can be used to remove pests. In addition to the benefits, designing an aquaponics model also brings challenges to farmers with limited financial resources. Because the cost of investment in equipment and materials is not small, it is difficult for farmers with limited finances to invest. Moreover, to operate the aquaponics model effectively, farmers need to understand the balance of fish, bacteria, and plants, because this system operates according to biological balance and bacterial activity. If they have knowledge, farmers will know how to choose the right type of plants and fish for the environment in the aquaponics system. To keep the system running efficiently and sustainably, farmers also regularly maintain it to avoid equipment breakdowns and extend its lifespan. The maintenance process also helps reduce equipment replacement costs, benefiting farmers. Chicken has long been considered the most popular food source for humans because of its low cost and ease of preparation, especially for areas like India and Pakistan where food sources are limited due to religious reasons. Chicken is the main source of protein and is widely used. Today, let us explore the role of the chicken industry in Pakistan. In Pakistan, pork is not consumed due to religious beliefs, as the majority of the population is Muslim. With the religious ban on pork, chicken is the main alternative for millions of Pakistanis. Chicken is versatile, affordable, and widely accepted across all communities, making it a staple food in both rural and urban households. The poultry industry in Pakistan is extensive, ranging from small family farms to large-scale commercial operations. There are an estimated 15,000 poultry farms across the country, with capacities ranging from 5,000 to 500,000 broilers. Pakistan's poultry industry produces 1.2 million tons of chicken meat each year. Like many other regions, the poultry industry in Pakistan is also developed in two ways, namely closed farming and free-range. Free-range chicken farms are commonly found in rural areas. Free-range chickens are fed a diet of grass, seeds, insects, and grains, resulting in leaner meat with a richer flavor than commercial chickens. Free-range chickens also produce tastier eggs that command higher prices than commercial chickens. On large-scale poultry farms, chickens are typically raised in controlled environments with feeding and disease prevention programs to ensure high productivity. These farms operate under both traditional and modern systems, with commercial farms using advanced technologies such as automatic feeders, temperature-controlled housing, and selective breeding programs to ensure production. On these farms, chickens are typically raised for meat production, and when mature, they are transported to processing plants. Processing plants use modern technology to transform live chickens into consumer products that are widely distributed throughout Pakistan. These plants are equipped with machinery that automates the slaughtering, plucking, and cutting processes, ensuring hygiene and efficiency. Many plants are equipped with advanced technology, including freezing and packaging equipment, which helps extend shelf life. One of the most distinctive features of the chicken processing plant in Pakistan is that it follows Islamic practices, ensuring that the chickens are slaughtered according to Halal requirements. This includes reciting the prayer before cutting the jugular vein by hand or by machine, which is an important part of Halal certification. After slaughter, thousands of chickens on automatic lines will be transported through stages such as feather removal, organ processing, and cleaning. The final product is packaged in fresh or frozen form. Frozen preserve meat for long shelf life, especially for export. The poultry processing industry in Pakistan also meets the requirements of hygiene standards to ensure food safety and hygiene. The Pakistan Poultry Association works to monitor and support the industry, ensuring compliance with the standards, national and international standards. However, many challenges remain in disease management and access to high-quality feed. In addition to meeting domestic consumption needs, Pakistan is also developing the poultry export market, especially for food safety certified chicken products. The combination of domestic consumption and export opportunities, this import makes poultry an important part of Pakistan's agricultural economy. The importance of chicken processing plants in Pakistan goes beyond food production. They also contribute to rural employment and support the economy by creating jobs in the agriculture, processing, and distribution sectors. As the demand for affordable food increases, the poultry industry in Pakistan remains a cornerstone of the country's food security strategy. The poultry farming and processing industry also contributes 1.3% to Pakistan's GDP, and is expected to continue to grow in the future as demand for poultry products increases. Advances in farming technology, disease control, and sustainability measures will be critical to the industry's long-term success. In the cultural and religious context, the people of Pakistan cannot develop their economy through livestock farming, so the poultry industry is one of the alternative industries. It not only provides cheap food, but also ensures food security for the country in difficult times. There is no denying that Chinese farmers are incredibly creative in turning invasive crayfish into a valuable livestock industry, especially when they develop a crayfish farming system combined with rice fields, bringing great benefits to local farmers. Now, let's explore the crayfish farm combined with rice cultivation with us. Previously, Chinese farmers believed that crayfish could not be raised in rice fields because they would eat rice plants, damage the soil, and dig holes in dams, causing water to flow out of the fields and harm the rice plants. Furthermore, crayfish are an invasive species originally from America, so Chinese farmers hated them. But, with extraordinary creativity, they have turned this pest into a species of high economic value. Currently, the value of crayfish in China is estimated at tens of thousands of billions of dong. And it must be said that crayfish has revolutionized traditional agriculture in China, especially in regions such as Hubei, Anhui, and Jiangsu. The total output of these provinces reaches more than 2 million tons per year. Crayfish and rice farmers said that each mu of rice field can produce more than 150 kilograms of crayfish and 500 kilograms of organic rice. And the average income per mu can reach 4,000 to 5,000 yuan, equivalent to more than $600. Each farmer owns dozens to hundreds of mu of rice fields, so their income per crop can reach hundreds of thousands of $, which is a dream number for most ordinary workers in China. So, how do Chinese farmers cultivate and maximize profits from this combined model? For maximum efficiency, farmers design small canals around their rice fields to provide an environment for crayfish during the dry season. These crayfish cannot survive without water, so it is necessary to maintain the appropriate water level to ensure optimal conditions for both the rice and crayfish. Farmers release the crayfish into the rice fields after transplanting the seedlings, creating a natural habitat for the crayfish, which thrives alongside the rice plants. The crayfish species commonly farmed in conjunction with rice cultivation is the red crayfish, which is commonly farmed in China and some states of the US due to its adaptability to market demand. Crayfish are released into the field at about 60 kilograms of crayfish larvae, allowing them to breed and avoid competition for food. Farmers often grow rice varieties that synchronize with the life cycle of crayfish to make harvesting easier. During growth and development, crayfish often eat organisms that are harmful to rice plants and weeds. However, farmers can supplement foods such as pureed snails or soybeans for optimal growth. The system of combining crayfish farming with rice fields brings many great benefits to agricultural production. Crayfish can help eliminate weeds and pests, limit chemical fertilizers and pesticides in rice fields. The principle of crayfish farming in rice fields is never to use pesticides when possible, to ensure the safety of farmed crayfish. thereby also producing organic rice, which has a high price in the market. Raising crayfish in rice fields helps increase annual rice yields. Typically, the symbiosis between crayfish and rice can increase rice yields by 5 to 10%. Crayfish also grow very quickly. Farmers harvest after about 60 to 80 days from the time of releasing the crayfish. Usually, harvesting uses crayfish pots or net cages to catch them, which helps to be more effective. You can also use nets to catch crayfish in ditches, and finally, drain all the water in the field before harvesting the rice to harvest all the remaining crayfish. After being harvested, crayfish are transported to places of consumption such as markets or restaurants. Some are transported to processing plants to be frozen or cooked for packaging. Processing plants produce thousands of boxes of crayfish every day to supply the domestic market. Crayfish is now very popular in China, often sold at street food stalls to ordinary shops, suitable for the budget of Chinese people. Many processing plants export their products abroad, mainly to the European and American markets. According to reports, crayfish exports in recent years have reached 9,000 to 10,000 tons, generating revenue of more than $100 million. The higher the consumption capacity, the more profit crayfish farmers can earn in combination with rice. Not only in China, Louisiana in the US also develops the industry of raising crayfish in rice fields, but is mainly popular in some neighboring states. It is a nutritious and healthy source of protein. We have just watched Chinese farmers earn millions of yuan by raising crayfish in rice fields. How do you feel? Leave your comments below to let us know.
Surely you have seen beautiful peacocks in zoos or on TV, because this species is a rare bird that is being preserved in many places around the world. But in China, peacocks have become an important industry in many rural areas and bring great economic potential to local farmers. Peacock farms are built in many mountainous and rural areas in China. Today, we invite you to explore the most unique peacock farms in the world. Every part of the peacock has commercial value, from its meat to its beautiful feathers. The largest peacock farming areas are in Jiangxi, Hunan, Guangdong and Guangxi, with thousands of farms of various sizes. The peacocks raised are the Indian peafowl and the green peafowl because of their adaptability and economic value. The longer a peacock is raised, the more valuable it becomes. A 5 or 6 month-old peacock can bring in a profit of 300 to 400 yuan, and one raised for 5 years or more can sell for more than 10,000 yuan, equivalent to more than $1,300 US. Chinese farmers say that raising peacocks is low-cost, highly efficient, saves time and effort, and does not take up much arable land. It is also easier to clean and less polluted than a regular poultry farm. The first step to starting a peacock farm is for farmers to purchase eggs or baby peacocks from reputable breeders. Large-scale farms may also import peacocks from abroad to diversify their gene pool and breeds. Being wild, peacocks need to be kept in spacious cages, similar to their natural environment. The cage needs to be designed to be at least 100 square meters for 10 adult peacocks, surrounded by wire mesh fences to prevent them from escaping and protect them from predators. Around the peacock breeding area, tall trees can be planted to provide shade and perches for them, because peacocks love to perch high up. Peacocks are relatively easy to raise because their diet is similar to that of other poultry. Chinese farmers feed peacocks grains such as corn, wheat, and rice bran, supplemented with green vegetables and insects to increase protein and calcium for optimal growth. Each cage can be designed with a clean water tank to provide daily water, sometimes supplemented with probiotics to improve digestion. Like many other poultry, peacocks raised in China often suffer from diseases such as parasites or fowl cholera. Therefore, the breeding process also requires the use of vaccines and regular deworming to keep peacocks healthy. The cages are also cleaned regularly to ensure a clean environment, avoid pollution, thereby helping to minimize diseases. In recent years, the Chinese government has also encouraged and supported farmers to develop their own economy in accordance with local economic conditions and promote rural revitalization. With the policies of local governments, many farmers in Hunan and Jiangxi have escaped poverty and made huge profits from the peacock farming industry. Depending on the purpose of harvesting for meat or selling as pets, farmers harvest peacocks according to their age. Currently, the price of baby peacocks can be sold from $200 to $500, depending on age, breed, and rarity. In some regions, peacock meat is considered a delicacy. Farms specialize in raising peacocks for meat consumption, supplying high-end restaurants and exotic food enthusiasts. Peacock meat can sell for $150 to $300 per kilogram. In addition to being harvested for meat, peacock feathers are highly prized for decoration, fashion, religious ceremonies, and traditional crafts. High-quality feathers sell for $5 to $20, so wholesale sales of decorative items can bring in thousands of dollars a year. Many farms today have expanded into peacock sanctuaries, attracting tourists to visit and experience. They also generate additional income from selling souvenirs, food, and experiences such as feeding the peacocks. One emerging activity is the profitable breeding of peacocks for the international market, zoos, and private collectors. Licensed breeders can sell eggs and chicks to buyers around the world for $50 to $100 per egg. It is not difficult to see peacock eggs and feathers sold on e-commerce platforms in China. It brings convenience to buyers and benefits to sellers, and promotes the peacock farming industry throughout China. Perhaps in the future, peacock farming will be an opportunity to enrich more farmers,